today we're going to be executing time horizon number 3, which is this one here. And so we're going to be working on that today. Okay, so let's get ready to rumble. Okay, so let's go to the action part of this of the training, and we're going to execute the mashup order of the day. We're going to execute the mashup order of the day. So let's do that right now. And this is our educational platform for digital marketing. We have a very similar educational platform for financial education, which is the one we're going to be using for the American Institute of Financial Education. This is the platform for education for digital marketing. Again, if you have not done so, you'll go to the store tab here. So let me highlight that there. Store. That we different ways for you to illuminate or highlight or emphasize some part of the screen. This is a little tool that you need to make sure you have when you're trying to sell using the computer. This will help you guide people to wherever you want them to go. So this is a very important tool. So again, you're going to go to the store tab here, and if you go there, you're going to see multiple mashups that we have, and this is the one, the ACA mashup, the 2021 ACA mashup. This is the one that we are executing right now. So you would click there and register. I'm not going to do that because I have already done so, and I don't want to get it messed up. It's going to start asking me to change the password and all of that, so I don't want to get into that. But you will go there and you would register for this mashup. Again, as I also mentioned before, I want you to make sure that you register for this course, the Selling in the Healthcare.gov Marketplace course. This is free of cost. We just added a couple of weeks ago 2 additional modules on health reimbursement arrangements, which we cover in our ACA training on Fridays. Last week we did a lot into that. Okay, and so we added 3 training videos on HRAs into this module here. So if you have already completed it before, go ahead and just complete the 3 additional modules. If you have not done so by this time, what we want you to do is we want to make sure you also register for this one and you go through the whole thing. Okay, it's great information. It's gonna really help you learn about all the different ways you interact with the market, and it's an important component in our training of our agents. We basically have a program for ACA that is second to none. Nobody has a better training program for ACA than what we do. Other people also, other FMOs do have some good training programs. I'm not going to say no, but nobody's better. Okay, they might be similar to ours, but nobody's better. And this course here is part of that. So I invite you all to make sure that you take this course to make so that you are up to date with everything that has to do with the Affordable Care Act. And again, we are doing the mashup on the Affordable Care Act. So we are all about the ACA at this time. Okay, so then once you have registered, you go to My Library here, the My Library tab at the AMIDIM website. So you go to My Library here, you click on My Library, and there you're going to see the ones that you are actually registered for. So these are the courses you are registered for. And let me go here. And here it is, Medicare ACA Mashup. So you can start the course by clicking here. So you will click there and you will start the ACA Mashup course. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to start the course. So it's going to take me now into the course. Now, I'm already, we have been doing it for a couple of weeks now. So it shows me where supposedly it tells me that I am on, that I completed week 1. We did complete a time horizon 2. So I'm going to go here and I'm going to update this. And I'm going to just say mark as complete. So now it's going to show me that I completed time horizon number 2. We did that last week. So it's telling me, and I'm going to go here to the next category. So I'm going to go to the next training here. I'm going to click that. Last week it was about the products. Today we're going to be talking about the cost structure of a health insurance plan. Very interesting topic. Okay, so this is a time horizon 3. And it's about the cost structure of a health insurance plan. This is very important because we have enrolled literally, I don't know if we can already say that hundreds of thousands, but many thousand people in an ACA plan over the last 7 years. And one of the things that we find incredible is the fact that people do not understand the cost structure of a health insurance plan. Okay, and the premium, let me emphasize it differently here. Most people go with the monthly premium, and this is the driver of a decision. And what they're doing is they're not understanding the fact that the cost structure of a plan has many elements to it, and it can change things dramatically. And I think that's going to be very important this year, because as you see in the ACA training on Fridays, there is a lot of elements associated with how these things move around, and then we have a whole strategy about that. But the point is that today we're talking about the cost structure of a health insurance plan, and that's the mashup that we're going to do. Let me make this a little bit smaller here, so that I see if I can show you more, but I want to make sure that I don't make any errors and X out of anything that I don't want to X out from. So let me be very careful about this now. Let me move this down here. Okay, so there we go. Hopefully I will be able to make this a little bit smaller. Here we go. Right, we get, okay, so I'm going to make it a little smaller just to show you something that in perspective here. So this is the actual format of the training or the learning platform. And what I want to emphasize is that we have some type of image or video, something up here, some information about the course here. Then we have the download section. And this is very important here, because in the download section, you place there all the documents you want people to download. For example, if you are doing a class on life insurance, and you have a life insurance review document that you want them to use in the class or after the class, you would place that document here, and you tell them to go there and download the document. Okay, so this is that download section is very important. Additionally, in some instances, we place certain images there for you to download. So this is what I'm telling you about. You keep track of the weeks of the year, because based on which one of the weeks we have, you can always log in into your Mashup course and go to the specific module and download the specific information or the specific document that you're looking for. Then we have the instructor information. Instructor information, this is me, a little bit, a long curriculum about me. And my intention, my objective is that eventually we start seeing some of you here as an instructor. You can be an instructor on annuities. You can be an instructor on Medicare Advantage. You can be an instructor on final expenses. You can be an instructor about the ACA. You can be an instructor on financial planning. I mean, you have a lot of knowledge as an agent. If you are a general lines life accident and health agent, I mean, that license gives you for a lot of things, and we are bombarded all the time with a lot of really good information, and you can take any aspect of that, all that information that you are fed with, and set it up as a training. Okay, so again, the idea is that you become an instructor here, like I am doing today. And then we have the mashup. The format that we decided to put here is we always show you the total mashup, so that you always have the idea. So again, we are executing time horizon number 3 here, time horizon number 3. Next week, we will do time horizon number 4, and we will finish this mashup. And again, my recommendation to you is that as soon as we finish with time horizon number 4 next week, the following week, so 2 weeks from this one, you will start again with time horizon number 1, and just repeat this exercise that we're doing right now across the month of November. Okay? So now let's go into the specifics. So here on step 2, we show you the specifics. Here we have the channel. So we have our LinkedIn instructions, our Facebook instructions, our Twitter instructions, our email marketing instructions, and our YouTube instruction. With YouTube, we have a special process because we're trying to teach you how to take your game to selling using videos. And that is a higher level there, that we need to make sure that the videos that you're creating have certain quality, okay? They meet certain standards in terms of the quality, in terms of the message, making sure that everything is compliant, that you're not breaking any laws or you're not getting into trouble. So we have a learning curve for YouTube, but you will be seeing, and I will be presenting to you over the next 30 to 45 days. We will have it before the end of the year. You're going to see very specific details of one of my channels, and that's going to be the guiding strategy that we're going to be implementing for YouTube. Is the one that I am implementing. So we're going to get more serious about YouTube pretty soon. So the point is that I want, when we get to that exercise today, I want to make sure that you follow and do the homework that we have been assigning you on that. Okay, so let's get started with LinkedIn. Let me make this a little bit bigger here so that you see more details. There we go. Okay, so in LinkedIn, basically, the question with LinkedIn is, are you familiar with the cost structure of a health insurance plan? So that's the memo, that's the message. Okay, are you familiar with the cost structure of a health insurance plan? And that's advertising. That's advertising. You can send that message to everybody. That's a question. That's an open-ended question. Okay. The idea is they can say yes or no, but then it's going to create curiosity, and then you can get into all this conversation about the cost structure of a health insurance plan. Okay. So if you click on the image, if you click, this is the bit.ly shortener that we're going to be copying and pasting into LinkedIn. So I'm going to click on the shortener, and what it's going to do is going to take me to the image. And basically, let's talk a little bit about the cost structure of a health insurance plan. Again, as we mentioned, any health insurance plan under the Affordable Care Act has 5 cost elements. And the 5 cost elements are the premium, the deductible, the coinsurance, the copayments, and the maximum out-of-pocket, which is the sum of columns 2, 3, and 4. Okay, the maximum out-of-pocket is a very important element because this is designed in such a way, this is a fundamental component of the whole concept of health insurance, the maximum out-of-pocket, because that number there is the one that helps people not to go bankrupt whenever they have any health situation. So that becomes very important. The maximum out-of-pocket is the maximum exposure that somebody can have when they get into a situation where they need to start using their health insurance. Okay, and again, I know that many agents that sell ACA, they don't even understand very well, and that's a sad story. They don't understand very well the products that they sell. They just, just the volume is so large and in such a short period of time that people don't have time to digest everything that is inside of them. And that's a sad story, because this can really help you help people. And you need to make sure that whenever you are giving a recommendation to anybody, you understand the cost structure of a health insurance plan and the implications associated with what's the premium and the deductible and the coinsurance and the copayments and the maximum out of pocket, and how things change based on your recommendation and whatever the client ends up selecting. Okay, so again, this image is for you to send around. This is our image, so we are the owners of this image. We created this image, and you, as somebody that is associated with us, can use this image. And if you want, you can contact one of our digital marketing coaches, and we will add your digital brand to this image. Okay, basically your digital brand is composed of 2 elements. The first element is your name with the image. Okay, so your name is your digital brand. That's part of the strategy that we use. And then the second brand that we always use is something associated with the line of business that you're doing. So your ACA digital brand. Okay, so something that tells people that you do ACA, you do Obamacare, you do the Affordable Care Act. So you use those brands with your images, and that's how you start setting up content, which is something that we really want to help you develop. Okay, so let me go back as I am and as I hope you are also. And one of the things that I always do when I get into LinkedIn, I always go here and click on post an activity, and I just check out some of my old posts. I have given it lately. I have been giving it a different flavor. I have been posting more on annuities and estate planning. So I have been changing a little bit what I have been posting on LinkedIn. I was lucky enough to help somebody with a very large investment in an annuity a couple of weeks ago, and that really woke me up in terms of the huge amount of money associated with selling annuities. And I said, hey, we really need to, to focus on that also. So I just started giving a different touch. So you'll see that on my LinkedIn account, I'm starting to use more content associated with money. Okay, I was doing a lot of content associated with healthcare, with ACA and or with Medicare, but now you see how I'm changing more into IRAs, and I talk about rollovers and retirement planning, and I do little videos on that, and I do a lot of different things. We have incredible content, okay, and we talk about the IRAs and the rollovers and 401ks. So we have a lot of really good content on annuities and investments and all of that. And as you can see, we have been very active with everything that has to do with that. A lot of activity. And then this is what we also are doing some of the ACA. So we do have some ACA stuff. And by the way, much of this activity here is automated now. So don't think that I'm doing all this posting that I have to spend hours and hours. No, we have all this programmed and it's automatic. So we just decide topics and we decide vendors for the topics and we just post and post and post and post and post. And that's part of now we're going to be doing some ad campaigns both in Facebook and in YouTube. That's what I was telling you, that I'm going to be showing you how we're going to be setting it up. And the idea is to connect from here to those videos and to those trainings, and from there generate the clients to be able to make the sale. So that's the Twitter account. So let me go back to home. Okay, let me go back to, so what I'm going to here, I'm going to start up, I'm going to go back to the American Institute of Digital Marketing website, and I'm going to take this message here, and I'm going to copy and paste. So I'm going to just copy, and I'm going to go to my LinkedIn account here, and I'm going to click on start a post right up in the front. Okay, I'm right here in the front here, start a post right there. I'm going to click on it, and I'm going to paste what I just brought in from our Amidim class or Amidim platform. And again, since we pasted the bit.ly shortener, the LinkedIn editor recognizes this instruction and it goes to wherever we have this image saved and it brings it in. So now it's uploaded, the image and the message are uploaded to the LinkedIn editor, okay? And again, we could do a lot of different things. We could add hashtags, we could connect to other places, send to calculators. I'm gonna show you today how to, some of the places where you can connect to. I'm gonna, and specifically, since this is an ad on ACA, on the cost structure of an ACA plan, this can easily connect to a quote engine. So you tell them about it, and then you send them to a quote engine where they can enter their information and they can see quotes, for example. But I'm not going to get into that into this post, because again, what I want to make sure is that you just create the activity. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to post this message, and I'm going to post it, and it's telling me that it was successful. And I always recommend you that you view the post. So there it is. I just posted this image on LinkedIn. Are you familiar with the cost structure of a health insurance plan? And I'm going to see how much that message generates activity, or and this is followed again, by the way, and those of you that are participating in the training can see this is followed with a second component, which has to do with not just the cost structure of the health insurance plan, but also the effect of this cost structure on the cash flow of the individual. So this is a 3-piece marketing piece that we have put together. This is just the first component of those 3 pieces. Okay, so that's part of the, so there we go. We already finished. I'm going to X out of LinkedIn. I have too many things open. So I'm going to X out. And there we go. We have already executed a mashup order of the day for time horizon number 3 for LinkedIn. So we have executed for the ACA mashup time horizon number 3 for LinkedIn. Now we're going to do the same thing with Facebook. So I'm going to take this, and here again, we have the bit.ly shortener here, and we have the image. So I'm going to just take this bit.ly shortener here. I'm sorry about that. Oops, I need to make sure this is a very sensitive mouse that I use for these presentations here, and so I need to make sure that we do it right. So now I'm going to open my Facebook account, and I'm going to go to my pages. And again, as I mentioned to you before, we have more than 54 pages, landing pages for different things. And I was telling you that we are just beefing up the annuity service center. That's my landing page for annuities. So we're working on beefing that one up. I might show you that one later today. But right now, what I want to go is I want to go to the Health Insurance Resource Center, this one here. The Health Insurance Resource Center is one of the pages that we use for ACA. So I'm gonna post on the Health Insurance Resource Center. So I'm gonna click there. And here we have been posting the different topics that we have been using for this mashup. So I'm gonna go ahead now and I'm gonna create a post here, and I'm just gonna paste it. Okay, so I'm gonna paste. And again, if it's properly done, as soon as we paste the bit.ly shortener, Facebook recognizes, the Facebook editor recognizes the instruction and comes and brings the image into Facebook. Now, we haven't posted it yet. We are talking with the editor right now. Again, you could do a lot of different things here. You could add stuff to this, okay? You could connect to other places. You could hashtag different topics to it. You can do different things to it. You can boost the post. I might be boosting this post later. Okay, so I might think about spending some money with this concept to see how much it pulls. But again, that's not the important thing at this point. What I want to make sure is that you execute the mashup order of the day and that you post this image in Facebook, in your landing page associated with ACA. Don't do it in your personal account, okay? This is your ACA. And by the way, we have around 3 or 4 different pages for ACA. We are building another one that has to do with ACA preventive services. And I don't know if you guys know that whenever you enroll somebody into an ACA plan, it has a lot of preventive services that are for free. Nobody talks about that. It's not even mentioned by anybody. Well, we're going to start pushing on that. We're going to start working on the preventive service inside this ACA plan. So that's another area where you can start promoting things, okay? So again, that's just an idea of different landing pages that you can create. And also, for example, another idea on that is, as you all know, with Medicare Advantage, as of this year, you can enroll people that have ESRD. All that population that for 20 years they have been telling us, hey, you cannot enroll them into a Medicare Advantage plan. If they have ESRD, leave them alone. That's changing. And that's generating a huge opportunity. So you could create a landing page specifically designed for ESRD, end-stage renal disease. And you can create a lot of content and look for a lot of content on that, and then do some marketing as we're going to show you today, and you can bring people into that page and try to enroll people into a Medicare Advantage plan. Okay, so let me go back to the American Institute of Financial Digital Marketing, and there we go. We have executed a mashup order of the day for time horizon number 3 for the ACA mashup. Okay, we have already posted in LinkedIn and in Facebook, and now we're going to go to Twitter. So we're going to do exactly the same thing with Twitter. So let me go to Twitter, and this is our Twitter message again. Now with Twitter, I always explain the same thing. The Twitter editor does not understand the instructions provided by the bit.ly shortener. So if you copy and paste this bit.ly shortener here to Twitter, Twitter doesn't understand what you're talking about, and what it's going to do is going to display there that. People are going to say, wonder what's happening with this guy, okay? That's a weird message, okay? So you don't want that, okay? So one of the things that I want you to do is I want you to click on the bit.ly shortener, and again, it takes you to this image, and I want you to take this image and save it into your computer. So I'm going to right-click on it, and I'm going to save image as, and I have these files. I strongly recommend you that you, let me just go here. And I'm gonna go to week 42, and I'm gonna just save it there. So I'm saving the image from the Amidin platform into my computer. I want you to do that also. Now remember, what I want you to do in your laptops or your desktops is to have this digital marketing folder, and then you have it by weeks there. So you have week 1 and week 2 and week 3, and then the materials from each one of the weeks you place there so that you can have some type of order with that. That would be my recommendation to you. So let me go back here, and let me go back to the Amidin platform. So here we go. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy and paste the whole message. I'm going to copy it, and I'm going to open my Twitter account. I'm going to go to Twitter. And I'm going to log in into my Twitter account. So there we go. What's happening? There I am. And we have some postings from some of the agents. Again, I always check on things to see how everything is going. And I'm going to click here on what's happening. Now, remember, I just mentioned that if I paste, you see the bit.ly shortener is there, but Twitter does not understand it. Okay, so it doesn't pay attention to this part here. It does not bring in the image associated with this bit.ly shortener here. So what I have to do is I have to click here on this little image here. Let me click on that, and I'm going to import. Let me go to week 42. And there you go. I'm going to open this image here. And now I'm bringing the cost structure of a health insurance plan image into the Twitter editor. Now I can see it. And again, as always, I can do additional things there. I could add descriptions. I could tag people. I can do a lot of different things with this. That is not the objective of this training today, but it is something that absolutely, yes, you need to learn how to do. And even more absolutely, yes, you need to make sure you do it. Okay? So that's very important. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to tweet it. And it's telling me that the tweet was sent. View the tweet. Always create the habit of looking at what you have been doing. So there we go. Okay, I could have erased this bit.ly shortener from here if I don't want this weird sequence of numbers to appear there. But I leave it there because in some instances, people might want to click on it and download it. Okay, from Twitter. You can also do that. If the instruction is there and you download it from Twitter into your account and then you execute it in your computer, it will still go to that image over there. So that's why I leave it there sometimes. Okay, so there we go. I'm going to close my Twitter account here. And I'm going to go back. So I am here in my platform again. So we have executed the ACA Mashup for time horizon number 3 for LinkedIn, for Facebook, for Twitter. Now we're going to do an email marketing campaign. Now remember what I always tell you about email marketing, that right now we're sending, I haven't seen the number in the last couple of days, but the last time I checked, we were sending 16,000 emails a day. 16,000 emails a day. That's how many emails we're sending. Okay, that's around 480,000 emails a month. And our objective next year is to get to 1 million emails a month, which will be around 32,000 emails a day. So that's basically 1 email every second, more or less. Okay, so that is the idea. So what I want to emphasize is the fact that when you want to do all that, you really need to make sure that you are not doing this manually. You cannot send 1 email per second, 24/7, 365, okay, manually. Okay, so what we're going to show you is just for you to get into what we do and the important elements that you need to consider when you are sending an email, the basics of sending an email. but definitely you need to make sure that you speed up your process and you get an email marketing platform. We strongly recommend Constant Contact. That's one of the ones that we use. And we also, and I'm going to show you, hopefully, if we have time today, I'm going to show you how we do it inside our CRM system, okay? CRMs, they're developing very, 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 very aggressively, and many of the newer versions of the CRM systems, they all incorporate some type of powerful tool associated with email marketing. So you can also do that. In fact, we use that, okay? We use that a lot, okay? So let's go to the email now. What we're gonna do today, we're gonna send this email that has a video. So we're gonna be sending a video, okay? Now, the idea is that sooner than later, when you send the video, you are the main actor or the person that is sending the message in the video. If you are not there, then okay, send a video of somebody else saying something, okay? Or a video that is produced. Some of those videos are very expensive, so be careful with that. As I mentioned, I started with a couple of videos that were like $200 per minute, okay? And they were lousy. They were really bad. The production was no good. I looked amateurish, okay? I looked bad. So if I wanted to have the quality that I needed, I ended up paying $2,000 per minute. That's very expensive. Okay, so if you do a 4-minute video, that's $8,000 right there. So be careful when you are creating videos using all these different software. You have from less quality to more quality, but that's one way to do it. If you want to create a lot of videos and do that, that's one way to do it. But the best thing that you can do is that you learn how to communicate properly your messages. You have abundant information to share with people, and you can help a lot of individuals in many different topics, okay? So, hey, why don't you do it instead of paying somebody else, okay? So let's watch this video here. This video is about getting lower costs on monthly premiums in the health insurance marketplace, okay? So let's watch this video on that. To the Amidin, and that's the video that you're going to be sharing with people today. That's a video produced by the federal government, okay? It's really good video, has very valuable information. Everything that is being said in that video, hopefully you know it already, okay? If you don't know it by now, you are in trouble. So the point is that you could record a video like that. You could talk and say basically the same message that is in that video there, or you could use some type of background and some animations and convey the message, okay? So what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna take this, I'm gonna open my email account. I have already opened it. So let me see if that's true. I think I have it here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this material here, I'm gonna copy and paste again. So this is the subject line here. And I'm gonna copy, and I'm gonna go to my email account here, and I'm going to create a new message. Let me just see something here. Going to create a new message here, and I'm going to paste here. So that's the email. I'm going to take this subject line here, and I'm going to cut it, and I'm going to paste it where it says here add a subject. So I already have, and I'm going to obviously take what it says here, subject line. I'm going to take that part out. Please take that out. Okay, some agents, they even leave that. Okay, I cannot believe it. I say, how can you leave the the instructions on the subject line? So make sure you pay attention to. And let's say I'm sending this to Peter. I'm going to send it to myself just to make sure that that we receive it properly. So I'm going to check it out here to myself. I'm not going to CC anybody, and that's me. And I'm going to just send the email. And I should get it at any moment. There it is. I got it. So 21. I'm going to go to inbox. There we go. Dear Peter, there it is. And there is a video, and there is everything. Okay? Okay, so that is email marketing.